Alright, we are back with our new fresh Dark Elf team. We're going to play another round. We're going to spin to find an opponent. I'm just going to continue what I've been doing. I'm going to talk about what I'm doing as I'm doing it, explain what I'm thinking, try to look for opportunities to explain the basics. After our last match, we lost a lineman. He was killed in a brutal murder on the field. We got a level up with our Blitzer getting dodge. We're close to leveling up 2 characters here, Blitzer and Alignment, and also the Runner. And we decided we were going to save this money. Instead of getting another lineman, we're going to save, and if we get 40 or more, we can get a Witch Elf. And that instead of having a lineman, we'll have a Witch Elf in our team, which is a little bit more useful. Potentially long term. She just opens up some possibilities that another lineman, doesn't. He doesn't have as many skills. But because we get less than 11, the game will give us automatically an 11th player, because you have to have minimum 11 at the start. When you build a team, you have to have 11, but afterwards you can start, like me, have a death, and you might not have enough money to replace. In this case I do, but I'm choosing not to. And it'll automatically get a lineman. You get automatically the cheapest guy on your team, basically. So if you're a goblin, you just get a goblin, you don't get a free troll. And then he will stay around for the match. At the end, if I want to buy him, I can. But if I don't buy him, he goes away. But he does have the loner skill, which means if I try to use a reroll with him, I have to roll a full plus to have it even work, otherwise it's wasted. We've got 2 fan factor now for having 2 wins. We can see our statistics here. 2 wins, we're averaging 1 score a game. I can't remember what the first one, let's have a look at history was. We've got a 2-1 against and then a 1-0, so we're always up by 1, which is a classic kind of thing for Dark Elves, so they're really quite good at defensive play. So they usually score and then prevent the enemy from scoring, and then get a 1-0, or the enemy scores and then they go on the offensive. Dwarf. Not so good. Now we are actually, should be probably at more like 1090, because that extra lineman will increase our TV. Dwarf are usually good against Elves, so it's not great. Yeah, so we get pushed up to 1090 with this Journeyman, which is the equivalent of a Mercenary. And so he has the loner skill, but otherwise is the same as one of our standard linemen. Here's some other random star players. This guy is really good at handling the ball and passing it. Yeah, this guy's a really good runner. He's also got regeneration randomly, so that's interesting. This looks like a Witch Elf with leap, so she can jump over people, and she's good at, pushing people around. This guy is a bashy, ball-stealing Blitzer. Morgenthorg, like almost everyone can access Morgenthorg. He's just this big classic player, strength 6, really powerful, that almost everyone can get, but he's really expensive. And there's a couple others here, like an assassin guy. But we can't buy anything, we don't have any petty cash, and I'm not going to waste money. Let's have a look at the opposing team. No Death Roller. There's a character that these guys can get called Death Roller, which is a secret weapon. So if I score and he's on the field, he goes off the field. But he's really expensive. This is interesting. This is a Longbeard heavy with lots of rerolls. I only use single Blitzer. I only use single Troll Slayer. He can get 2 of each of these normally, and he can also get a Runner who's like movement 6. So he's playing this really grindy. How many? He's got 1 win, 2 scores. Okay, so he's reasonably good. All right. So sorry, I'm kind of explaining what I'm doing, and so this guy's having to wait. He's at 30k. He can't buy anything with that. He's got 0 cash. So this is going to move on to the start of the game. So this is going to be much like the Chaos Dwarf game, just running away most of the time. Unfortunately, our Blitzer, who just got dodge, the dodge is probably never going to matter for the entire game, because unless I'm dodging past the Troll Slayer or the Blitzer, or those 2 are trying to punch that particular guy, it's going to be negated by the tackle that all the Longbeards have. So he's going to make life very interesting. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to run an offense. I want to try, if I can, take out this Troll Slayer. He's the weakest link. He's armor value 8. These guys are all armor value 9. There's a Blitzer, also a Valiant 9. All these guys have Thick Skull, so, you know, instead of knocking them out, I'll tend to stun them, which is a bit annoying. But he is the weakest link, and he's still not that weak. You know, an AV8 with Thick Skull is better than any guys that I have. And he's got block, so we need a 5+ to take him down. We need either a defender down, or also known as a POW, or a defender stumbles, which is something that dodge protects you against. And he's very smartly putting him back here. He's polite, I like that. He looks like he's most likely French, much like the first player we had. It's interesting that he's got the 4 rerolls. Because he's got so many skills like block, he won't need the rerolls that much. And there's a risk that this might be one too many. But, you know, it's up to him. Maybe he likes to do some risky things. The big thing is that these Longbeards are terrible at handling the ball. We've only got 2 for agility. So if we can get rid of this Blitzer, who's agility 3, then he doesn't have many ball handling skills, and it's going to be really hard for him to pick up the ball. So these are the 2 characters we're going to try and kill. This guy because he's going to handle the ball, and this guy because he's the weakest. He also has, you know, frenzy and stuff, so he's good against pushing people around. And he also has Dauntless, which makes him good against high strength guys, because he can make a roll and then raise his strength up to their strength. But I don't have any with high strength, so it doesn't really matter to me. So he's playing a very aggressive, many guys in the LOS approach. What I will probably do, if I can't break through here easily, I can potentially do that. So I probably will attempt that. I will try and punch through here. And put a lineman there. So this lineman's here just to negate this guy's assist. This guy's going to punch him because he gets an assist from here. And hopefully punch him out somewhere over here. Then these, I can start running people through to put, take away his assist, put an assist there, run a guy, and then punch there. And if I can take that guy out, great. Other than that, we're just going to play semi-defensive. We're going to have a runner back here ready to pick up the ball. Lyman, actually this Lyman should be the one standing here, because this is the useless one. So I want him, because he's just going to be sitting here, and only at the end of the turn will I dodge him away. If something goes wrong and he gets punched, I don't care. That's not a big deal. I want to keep my guys separated, so if I have 2 guys, one there, a single Longbeard can stand next to me and mark them both up, and then I have to make dodges. I want to have to go one there and one there. I also don't want to get in a big scrum with him. I don't want him to be able to put lots of my guys together and he stands with his guys and then starts pushing me around constantly. That's bad news, bears. We don't want that. Alright. There we go. There we go. That can be the safety, and then these blitzes can be up here. So these guys are going to be the guys running through. I might just put them up a little further. It's a little... Nah, we won't. There's always a risk that... Actually, no, I will. I will put him up. I don't think he can get quick step. Quick step only works for me so that I get a free movement. So I can actually stand up a little closer. And it's not the end of the world. And that's fine. Okay, so I'm going to try and punch this guy down. If this fails, I won't probably do too much else. I'll just secure the ball and stay away from him. Okay, he's got another reroll, which, you know, is probably not going to use. I mean, if he plays, it gives you the opportunity to maybe play more risky, because you have a 5th one, you can just burn them. But, you know, in the end, he's probably wasted some of his team value by buying something that he might not actually be able to use. So we're looking for a 5+ here to hopefully knock him down. It's not enough, so we'll take the push, and we'll push him over there, and we will... What do we want to do? We could follow up, or we could try and bash this free. I think we'll stay here for now, and then we're going to just try and break through here maybe a bit. Again, this is not getting good dice results, so we're not going to try too much other than, at this point, we're probably just going to dodge back out, because there's not much point standing next to the guy and giving him free hits. Alright, that's worked. Alright, so we're going to just bring him back. Stand him over here, I think. There's not many opportunities to make a quick, easy jump through. That's usually pretty hard, so we're not going to do anything crazy. We will jump this guy back at the end, otherwise this guy will keep standing there. Actually, no, he'll go up one. This guy will come stand here just to secure the ball a bit better. And let's just go secure the ball, pick it up. There's nothing else we really need to do. This guy's at risk of them coming over and starting to push him towards the edge of the field, but I don't mind. And then he can come back one more. These guys are really slow, so we kind of want to draw him in, punch someone through, and then throw the ball to him and just be untouchable. Again, we will just probably just stand him here and bring the blitzer back into a safer position here. And then we'll just dodge this guy away because there's no point staying next to that guy. We might even bring him over here so that if they try and push this guy out, it's hard. That's what we'll do. And that's fine. So we made an attempt to break through. The dice went against us, so we're not going to press our luck and try something stupid. If we can't get to him, we can't get to him. We're just going to secure the ball, make it hard for them to get through to us, and we've still got 7 more turns to go. We don't want to get into a brawl with this guy. We've limited it to a single hit on our guy and then one blitz he'll be able to make. At this point, we're just watching to see what he does, looking for openings. If he fails something or overcommits somewhere, we want to exploit that, run people through, or hit someone in a vulnerable position, and otherwise keep the ball safe. Because you can see these guys are super slow, 4 spaces. They're not going anywhere quick, so we don't have to be too worried about them. Alright, so he's rolling better than I am so far, with the limited sample size of like 3 blocks, I think, so far. Best he can do is punch here and stand someone here. He can't get through this. Same with over here. Like, nothing's going to be able to get to my carrier, so it's not a threat at this point. I can always just start pulling people back if there's an issue, and then look for an opportunity later to punch through. Ooh, you don't want to do that. Look for an opportunity. So he's... Oh, actually, I missed that. I forgot. Troll Slayer. If you've got an enemy who has a frenzy piece, you don't want to stand here anymore to avoid that. You want to stand here because they can push you twice. Once and then twice. That's a mistake on my part. He should have been over here. Especially since he's on the same side as this guy. If I lift a single guy here, that's fine actually, because he's so slow he can't get over there. But in this case, I should have had a second guy here, minimum, and preferably have them both in like here, because the chance of them being able to run around is really low. So that's a mistake on my part. So we might suffer an early push out, but this might also open something up potentially if he commits heavy. So it's likely he's going to be gone and he's out. Yeah, so that's absolutely my fault for doing it incorrectly, and he's taken advantage of that. However, he has to make a GFI to make himself safe, otherwise I can do the same thing to him, or he has to put someone in the way. Putting someone in the way is safer, but if he starts moving on to people here, then the potential for me to be able to break through gets better. And if I have to have a knocked out lineman to get 2 or 3 people through here, that's fine by me. Yeah, so he's doing the smart thing. He's putting a guy there, moving another guy here to maintain his line. I can still... Ooh. Okay, so he wasn't quick enough. So that's also a mistake on his part. I'm going to start running people through. This is the exploit we needed. And I'm just going to keep sending people through because there's no reason not to. I might not send this guy through right now. Rather just get people through, get them to score threat, and that's probably good enough. What else do we want to do? Access to anyone. You can't get a Troll Slayer because of this. Getting to him is going to be pretty difficult. Even if we bash this piece down, there's 2 guys in front, so it's not likely to happen. So where can they go? They can go here, here. So as long as I'm back about here, no one can really get to me. So that may well be when I want to go. I mean, I don't necessarily have to come back here. As long as I get a screen in front of me, it's not the end of the world. And it may be worthwhile just staying there, though. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So, that's there. We will keep a guy here. We want to keep this open. So we're going to put more people here to make it hard for him to close this off. Bring another guy over here. We're going to blitz here and then free this guy up to come stand over in the way of these guys. Better. Alright, and then he can stay. So he can come stand. What would be the best spot for him? That's fine. Go there, and then we bring this guy over here. So he's going to have difficulty. I've kind of separated his guys, so he's going to have to try and punch through. And he's also going to try and have to man me up, and then it's hard to get around to the north side. I can probably have a way to, like, there's no way really to get to here. So even if they stand people on these guys, I can usually just run him through, and he's going to be clear of these guys. Easy peasy. This is what Dark Elves are great at, exploiting a mistake or a weakness. And it will try to speed up the play. I usually play quite quick, but because I'm kind of explaining everything, I'm taking way longer than normal. So if I'm him, I need to start manning these guys up because they're all threats. Because I can currently, both guys can score. This guy can get close to scoring. So you definitely need to start manning them up. And you probably want to pressure here as well. But the more he spreads out, the less tackle zones there are, and the easier it is for me to pile more people through. And in the end, you know, the chances they're going to get on the north side of me and prevent me from escaping easily is pretty low. So I can just run through there. If someone's free here, I can run up, hand the ball off to them, and they can run up and then throw it to that person potentially. And if they can't, just getting deep here and dragging these guys back means that I can start walking the ball up forward and then look for an opportunity later. So that's all smart. That's good play. Yeah, if that guy could actually go there, that would be a good spot because that makes it hard for me to get out. This guy can still escape easily. That guy can still escape easily, but it's a good spot to put someone. It looks like he might be giving up some ground here. Maybe we'll see. Yeah. So I'm not sure what the end goal of that movement is. Maybe just because he's so slow. But I'm very happy to run someone up here. Even if they waste their blitz pushing him here, that's fine. They're not blitzing someone else. They can always, you know, try and dodge out later. Okay, he might be doing a frenzy maybe here. But he's kind of given up this space, so I'm probably just going to move up, put someone through here, and move up and just stand a cage here or nearby. Nope, he is going to try and cut it off. It's a little less than ideal. Okay, I see what he's doing. So he's making it so I can't walk any of their spots, but I can still come up to here. And I can start moving the ball up. Ooh, GFI fail. He's got rerolls. Okay, and he's going to push me here to make... Otherwise, if he pushes me here and he gets a 1 dice. Ooh, okay. That is unfortunate for him. Yeah, GFIs are always, you know, you're taking a risk. And so as a dwarf, that's a risk. Because you're so slow, you might be tempted to make GFIs, but then that's really risky. I would like to foul this guy, actually, with a lineman. There's not many opportunities though. I will move up here though. So I could later dodge through there and get more people through, which is good. In the meantime, I will put someone there. I'll go up there. And then I'll put him here. So this guy here's the closest. Even if he beats one of these guys down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's gonna have to make some GFIs to make it, or walk up to this guy. So he's kind of protecting me. We'll definitely be dodging this guy out later. Maybe to go stand over there. Might be a good idea. But we'll also want to stop this guy running in here. So we will go. Might even stand here, so that this guy bashes him down. This guy can't run in freely. If he does bash him down, he can keep going. No, I think that's reasonable. He's removed. He can go 1. Best take a step back in 1, 2, 3, 4. That's fine. We'll leave that as it is. So if we can get over here and punch this guy down and then move up, then this guy has an assist and I can punch him down, and then we might run this guy in foul. So let's actually let's come around and I think there's a blitz ain't a bad idea. We can push, that's fine. I want to follow up. So now this guy can punch this guy with 2 dice. Great. Now, what I can do is I can push this guy over here if I want, or the enemy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push him over here. There's going to be a reason for this. I'm going to follow up, I think. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. So by moving this guy over here, he's no longer standing next to this guy, and he can provide an assist on this potential foul, which we're going to do right away. Knocked out. Alright. Hopefully we don't get expelled. Yes, we're fine. Okay, so that's great. His guy is now knocked out. He might come back as soon as I score, or he might be out for the rest of the game, depending how the dice go. So that's great. And now I can come back here. Oh, alright. So ran out of time, even though it seemed to have time left. Not the end of the world, though. We removed that player who was a bit of a threat. And that's the next guy we want to go after is this guy. Hopefully permanently putting him in the ground. Now, he may want to, try and swamp me with guys, make it hard for me to dodge away. If he does that, it means he's taking strength away from elsewhere, and then I'll start running other people through, passing to them, getting up here, and then after that's done, I'll start trying to extract these guys somehow. Because this is what he wants to do. He wants to get a nice big scrum and a brawl, where he can just slowly beat me up with his superior number of block and tackle and thick skull and armor value all working in his favor. Yep, he's still giving up ground, which is good. At the moment I'm probably going to dodge this guy out and blitz here, try and take him out. If he's out, then it's easier. He can move this guy can easily dodge out, and this guy can take a somewhat risky dodge out at the very, very end. Ooh, okay, so he's pressed me here. Ooh, okay, so this is going to change the plan considerably. Yeah, so this one he wants to push me in there, try and collapse it in. I've got this escape route though. So we won't be able to have all my people in. Ooh, I'm injured. Oh, that's not good. Okay, no, not badly. No, not permanent. So he's just out for the rest of this game. That's what you want to see as a dwarf coach. Lots of elves dying. Probably they only do 1 dice. Doesn't have a didn't have a great assist here, so he's wasted another reroll. I mean, he's got lots of them, but generally don't want to be doing the kind of things that make you want to have to do a reroll in the first place. That's kind of good. I probably would have put him here, because now I can dodge out here easily, whereas here I'd have to make harder dodges. Again, I can now move the ball up to here. I've still got like 5 turns, so I've got the ball from here up to into his half relatively safely. So let's go here. I will probably dodge away because there's no point really fighting that guy. So we will bring him here. And what else? He can't really get around me, so then we can come stand here. So he can't get to me without having to dodge in. These guys will dodge out and provide additional security. But in the meantime, we want to get these guys moving. So go stand there. Could end up pushing him there is better. So we'll start with him coming around here. Actually, over here. It's a little risky because if this fails, he can push me and then somebody can blitz me. But, you know. That's fine. So he can go. If he can push me there. There's not much else he can do. So let's. No, we don't want to stand next to these guys. We don't have to. So we're not going to do that. Stay put. This is a dangerous dodge because it's 3+. So we're not going to do that. Instead, we will run a guy over here. Is there any other ways through? No. There's opportunity for me to have run someone through there, but it's not really required. I've got 3 guys in the backfield. Okay, so I'm just making it difficult to him get around. Now we do this. He's got tackle, which removes my ability to do a free dodge reroll. I can use a reroll. I don't really need to. It's okay. He's down on the ground. Whoop-de-doo. It's not critical. I want to save the rerolls for critical moves. He also has. Oh, it's probably gone too far. We can check, but he has fame. So it's probably at this point we're both probably pretty low in fan factor, and so it's more of just the roll of the dice. But later on, fan factors will help dominate and get someone consistently better fame, which we want to get fame whenever we can because it's a bonus, generally. So he's pushing on me again, that's fine. There's an opportunity if he doesn't close this off for me to run around here. Again, it's smart to have some guys here, because if he moves away from here, then it's a big open space I can go into. So it's kind of a safety option. I could probably score on turn 6 because... sorry, my turn 6, because even if I give him, what, 4 turns, chances of he's not going to be able to move it that quickly. And I'm pretty good on defense. So I don't have to risk it. You know, turn 7 or 8. If I see a good opportunity to score from now on, I probably will. And it might just be a matter of punching through a guy, running up, having another guy dodge through there, and then just throwing the ball to him. And we've got the rerolls for it. So, at the current, there's an opportunity here. Okay, so he's took mine to go down, that's fine. Okay, he's going to try and cut that off, because I was going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, it's still possible. Probably, ooh, we don't want to do that. Yeah, so he's realized I can still get out, and so he's really concerned about that, but he doesn't have anyone he can put to get in the way. So he just has to live with the fact that I can come around here and go stand here in the touch zone area. But that's good. He wants to cut this off, which is good. That's a smart play. So this turn I'll probably bring a guy over and try and blast this guy off. And move the ball up into here. And then look for opportunities to dodge out, dodge in, kind of go through this line here. He's just stunned, so it's nothing to worry about. I can now take this guy and bring him over here if I'd like. There's other options. What else? So I could blitz this guy down or just push him out of the way. Push him to here, instance. I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then if I had a guy over here, I could throw it to him. It is a little risky because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there, so 2 across from that guy. He ends up there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's probably going to be a medium pass, but it's doable. So how about we try that? We're going to go stand this guy here. I'm going to try and push this guy over here. Perfect. We'll follow up. Okay, so I can run a dude there and make a score threat. At this point, we will dodge this guy over here. It's a bit risky, but we want to try and, just in case something goes wrong. And then we will... He's going to go up there, he's going to go up there, in case there's a problem. Okay, that's fine. So we're going to come over here. I could look up online a little cheat sheet to say exactly, is this going to be a long pass or a short pass? So but I can also do this and just do a quick check before I finish this move. Okay, so that's fine. I could come over there and do that, but let's just start with this. So I can do a 3+, and I think that's fine. There's an argument to be made for the 2+, 2+, and then throw, but this seems fine to me. Oh, and we rolled a 1. It happens. That's why we have the reroll. Still a 3+. Inaccurate. Wow, this guy has been really quite terrible at throwing, and he's picked it up with a flying catch. Okay, so sometimes you get unlucky. So if we had tried the GFI, we would have failed, had a reroll, and then succeeded, and then we would have been no better off. If we had, we'd have to do another GFI to, and then that's a risk, and then do it there. At this point, there's not much he can do. If he's smart, he doesn't try to win. He just turtles up, makes a cage, and makes it really hard for me to get the ball. And at this point, my game plan changes from avoidance and trying to score to just trying to murder him, get the ball back, and keep pushing. He may also try to push this guy out, and if I was him, that's an opportunity I probably want to take, but you do it at the risk of no longer being able to prevent me from getting the ball, because if he commits to that, he can't defend the ball, but if he defends the ball, he can't really commit to this properly. The best he can do is maybe one guy here, one guy there, and then run it in, but I've got enough movement, I'll get around this guy. And so if he moves off in any way, this guy also becomes available to move easily. This ain't bad, I can still have easy dodges, so I'm not concerned. So if this guy starts coming in here, that life gets more difficult, and that's what he should be doing, is getting a guy there. Ideally, one there, one there, one there. You still be open to getting hit there, but it's not too bad. And of course, bring this guy back as well. It's interesting though, catcher, runner seems to be terrible at passing. Last game as well, he rolled 2 2s on a 3+ pass, and now in this game, the first pass has been a -1 and a 2. So he's not been great. Looks like he's just going to try and avoid me being able to get assists, which is reasonable. It does mean he can do that. It means I get to strike the ball carrier easily because I can get through. Oh no, he's going to go for that. So that means I can get an assist potentially here. Is he going to go for the blitz? He is. Okay, so this means this is now an option to put an assist here. That's fine. Okay, so he's given up the opportunity to defend the ball carrier properly, to push my guy out. It's not a bad choice. That's fine. And this is how, this is what you want to see as a dwarf. You're here to fight people. You're slowly grinding people into dust rather than making good plays. And yeah, and if he wants to get back on this guy, he now has to take a risk. I mean, he's got 3 reels. It's not a big deal. But is the riskier play? Oh, he's decided not to. Okay, so first things first. That guy goes there. He's our assist. Second thing, is there any free movement? Okay, what we're going to probably do is put a guy here to eliminate those assists, and then run a guy in an attack. There's not many good options that don't require a dodge, so we're going to use this guy to dodge in. Great. Now we're going to do this. This gets us a 2-die. And we're going to pop this ball out here. Great. Perfect. We're going to push there. We're going to follow up. Alright, so now I'm going to try and pick this up and pass it to... So what's easier? If we go 1, 2, 3 here, I can come back, hand, and then I'll be able to... No, it's better to do it that way. So we'll come stand... Again, we're risky. We're standing in the end zone to do this properly, because we can't make it if we just run it there. But it is preferable that we get this thing scored rather than... Again, this guy is McFumbles. He can't seem to roll decent when he's handling the ball. Alright. To hope he doesn't fall. And then, it's a 2+. It doesn't get easier than this. Short of doing a handoff. Success. This guy should... And then he's fumbled it. So again, these guys, for whatever reason, are not so good at handling the ball. He should have trouble getting to the ball, though, because he's so slow. The best he can do is try and push this guy in the ball, knock it out, and have it go somewhere else. But this is also the reason why I'm trying to score a little earlier, is because things can go wrong, even with a simple, pass play. And if I'd done that now, and go like, okay, now I'm going to make my pass play, and it all fumbled up, I'd have less time to recover. Now we have left guys in contact. These guys are always going to be in contact, as they're required to make this move. These guys would have liked to been safe by just scoring, but we weren't willing to dodge them out and risk losing this opportunity to score. Yeah, I'm not sure he's going to do much other than just try and push me onto the ball. If he pushes me on the ball and it just pumps there, then I can just grab it. Otherwise, I might have to do some blocking to try and free up the ball. Ooh, ouch. Probably feeding this guy up to run over here as well. And then you'll probably see some blocks over here after everything else is done. Long term, we are in a bit of trouble because we've suffered 2 injuries, including a blitzer. So its life is going to get a little more difficult. But we want to try and score while we can, because it gets harder and harder over time. And the second half of this game is probably just going to be me dodging away, standing in front, dodging away, standing in front, and trying to avoid too much damage occurring. Yeah, so at this point, I disagree with this. I think if you're going to do this, you want to do it now while you still have a reroll available, because if he screws up, then I could just walk over and, because if this fails, don't want to do that. At the very least, he has to use a reroll, which means whatever this guy does is more difficult. And if he screws it up completely, I can just walk over and pick it up, and there's nothing to stop me. This guy's a good opportunity. Yep, so he's going to do that. Unfortunate, but good, potentially. And, okay. So the ball scatter matters here. If it goes out, it could be bad, it could be good. Alright, let's see. That is amazing. That's exactly what we want. We can just... He now, if he wants to get there, has to dodge away with his agility 2. Yeah. So he's going to do it. He's going to fail, and... Ooh, very painful. That's some dangerous grass right there. This next game. We'll use an apothecary. It's not a permanent injury, so he might be tempted not to. Well, he is. Ooh, I don't know if I agree with that. Oh, and it must have been something worse, or the same. The same result? Yeah, nothing really better. Okay, so we're looking. Is there anyone we want to score with particularly? Okay, so we're not going to. We'd love to score with this guy and get him level up, but that includes more dice rolls, and we don't do more than once. So we will probably have him come do that. So we'll stand the blitzer here. Everyone else requires something to be done, so we're just going to do this. Super simple. 2+ pick up and to score. Perfect. There we go. Alright, we got a guy back. That's great. So, the Troll Slayer we knocked out really early with a foul is still out for the rest of this half. It's only 2 turns, but it's something. I'm going to use these guys as my linemen. I'm just going to stay outside of his reach, basically. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm just going to sit back here and keep him safe. Just because if there's an opportunity to hit this blitzer or hit his guys, I'll take it. But otherwise, I don't want to get too close because I don't want to give away free hits. It's from my perspective, it's perfectly acceptable to let him walk up 2 turns because he needs to get the ball to this blitzer and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He needs like 3 GFIs, and yeah, he doesn't have the ball handling for it. So these is just to take some hits. Let's give him a. We're trying to choose people that don't have any skill points to put here to be sacrificed on the altar of victory. We don't have a Troll Slayer, but we'll still bring this guy in. No, we won't. We'll leave that guy there. Same with that guy, and we'll keep the runner back here, just in case. All right, great. So if he tries to come at me, he's going to have to make some GFIs and take some risks. But I'm still, because I'm faster than him, have an opportunity on my turn, my last turn, to go in and hit someone. Preferably the Splitzer. If there was another team that they were a threat of scoring, or maybe punching my guys, I could just put my guys here and wait 2 turns, or set in a more aggressive posture and try to defeat whatever attempt they made to try and get through in the 2 turns. For instance, if we're playing against humans who have good catches, I'd probably play up here, and that way any catches they sent up, they probably might be able to press my guys, but whoever catches they sent up, I would just go stand on him, try and punch him down, eliminate as many threats as possible, rather than just standing off like this completely. Unless it's the very last turn, in which case you line up along here, or along here, and they have to just try and run through and dodge through. Okay, looks like he's going to maybe try and bash me here. I would have recommended maybe putting all his Longbeards so he can kind of push this way, and then push again, and you can get more blocks potentially if he gets pushes. Alright. It's a deep kick. That's going to be real troublesome for him to move up. He's going to have to go there, and then 3-4, and then throw it to him, and yeah, there's just no way he's going to be able to score. It's really the next drive, his offensive drive, the next one, he's going to make or break it, and he really needs to score quickly, and try and do some damage while he's at it, to have enough time for then to steal it off me when he kicks the ball to me, and then get the second score that he needs to win. All I have to do at this point is stop him, and preferably, if I can get another score, I will. He said GG here. I don't think he means good game. I think he probably means, good half. or more like a more generalized, congratulations. It just may be a bit of a translation error there where he's trying to give the intention. Yeah, again, if he had more linemen here, or longbeards, a guy here could have hit here for 2 dice, much safer. He could have taken the push or re-rolled. He would have a skull on a push, and then if he wanted, he could have re-rolled them. But by no means was he required. Okay. So we can't really get to that blitzer. So we're just going to go punch this guy. We'll go... let's do... What we'll do is bring a guy over here first. And we'll try punching with him. Even though it's slightly riskier, just because it maximizes the amount of blocks we can make. It fails there, so we're going to push him over there and stay put. And we can just dodge back, and that's probably what we'll do. We could run in and do a 1 die on this guy, and then we'll dodge out again. It's pretty, it's a lot of effort for something that's probably not going to happen, so we're just going to run away at this point. Because I'd have to get a 5+ to get him down. Then he needs to fail, he needs to roll a 10 on his armor, and then I have to get a reasonable injury, which is like an 8 or above, to kind of get a knockout or something. So the risk is, if I run and it fails by doing a 1 die, I have to dodge out, and there's a risk I'll fall down, and I'll suffer more. Or I have to put a second guy stand next to him, and if it fails, then he gets a free block on me. So I'd rather he just gets to hit 1 person, and that's it, and then I have a relatively full team for the next down, as it were. And hopefully, we're fingers crossed this guy doesn't come back, because if he doesn't come back, then we just have to focus the splitzer and stay away from these longbeards. See, I wouldn't... By doing it this way, if this had been 2 pushes and he pushed me over here, then it seems like he could have potentially got more assists. Don't even think about it. 1, 2, 3... No, actually, no, you're right. There's ooh, okay. Sure, I guess. It's a lineman, not really worth fouling. Yeah, if he could get 1 more assist here, then it would be worthwhile doing that, but it seems that he can't. He's just going to go punch me. And he failed on a 7. That's lucky for me. But I would kind of be probably happy for him to risk being ejected there, because 1 less longbeard means 1 less guy setting tackle zones in the way. May as well reroll, because there's no reason not to. Trying to get an SPP on a dude, and the other guy caught it. So I don't think he gets his SPP. Yeah, he doesn't get any points for that because the pass failed, but his turn's not technically over because someone ended up with the ball. So it's a kind of a little particular detail of how the system works. Even if the pass fails, it ends up in your possession, it's okay. Oh, he's back. Alright, we're going to have to punch that guy again. These guys are definitely not coming back this game, and does not look good. Okay, so we're playing down, I think, 2 players, which is going to make a lot more holes in our lines, and we're going to have a much thinner defense. So we can't place this guy here. He has to be in here, otherwise we're risking the Troll Slayer pushing him around. And same with here, we'll just come back here. We'll leave a runner in such a position it's hard to get to him easily. Lineman, you can go there and take the hit. The blitzer can stay out here. And we'll bring this blitzer here. Great. So yeah, you can see things are looking a little thin on my end, which is not unusual against bashy teams like Chaos, Orcs, Dwarves. You'll run out of guys, but by the same token, because I'm an elf, I don't need that many guys. Like, I can usually the passing has not been great in this team, but I can routinely dodge a couple guys through, do a long pass to some person, have them run it to the other person, hand it off, and they can run it in over like a span of 2, maybe 3 turns at a stretch. So I don't need that many guys, but there's a risk if he manages to start getting guys onto my blitzes, boxing them in, making it hard for them to dodge out. I'll just spend turns trying to make hard dodges out to get free, and then he moves, stands on me again, and I'm just this endless roller coaster of trying to escape and just falling over it eventually, because the dice will go against you eventually, and then I get caught out and he can run it in. It looks like Troll Slayer's his ball handling piece. Not sure if I agree. I think it's probably better to have the Blitzer for that, because he's better at handling. He's going to agility of 3. And then use the Troll Slayer to be punching people because he's more offensive. Yep, he's protecting the Blitzer more, that's good. He set his Longbeards up better to get better assists, that's fine. If something goes wrong, the line is a bit thin here. Having an extra guy here would be nice to just be for a bit of safety, but that guy who would be there is currently out, so, you do what you can. I want it to go deep. Alright, not great. I would have liked it to be back here or here, because he has to run all the way back. That takes a turn, and then hopefully pick it up. And if he doesn't pick it up, then he has to kind of try a couple times, and then he has to spend 2 turns just moving back to the middle of the pitch. And so it might take him half his time just to get the ball here, let alone through my guys. Again, this is a bad block. He should have blocked this way so we get 2 dice instead of 1. Again, he should, yes, now this guy should hit here. But, actually, this guy should hit this way because he can push him along this line. Now he's pushed this guy away from this line. He doesn't have any more free blocks on him. So if you can push him down here, then this guy can push him down here, and you can usually get more blocks. And that guy would still be there for this guy to push at the end. So again, yeah, some bad blocks. You can make the argument he's trying to push me away to get something free here. And maybe that's what he wants to do. He wants to free these pieces up to secure the ball, which is fair enough. But if he's a dwarf player, you're generally trying to just beat... Yeah, he's not doing that. He's trying to beat me up. And there's a more efficient way to do that. This is fine. I can just dodge away. I do want to see if an option opens up to run around. He wants to probably stand him here, but if he does, then I'll try and maybe push him here and blitz him off the field. And I can kind of somewhat rely on this guy to fail to pick up the ball to a degree, so I can play somewhat riskier and knowing that he's not likely to be able to pick it up very well. Okay, great. So we're definitely going to run this guy through if he doesn't cut this off. And if he runs up there, we'll just run in between here, most likely. Okay, so we're probably going to run in through here. And that this guy is just going to be our harasser, while the rest kind of pull back and hold the line best they can. If this guy gets knocked out, I lose more players, then it gets harder and harder to hold. Ooh, this is dangerous. Because if he just pushes me, yeah, I can now run through here and... Yeah, so he has to re-roll it. He gets defender stumbles, that's fine. So he wants to probably push me there. If I don't get knocked out... Okay, that's enough. So, unfortunate. But he could have done that probably a better way. Coming in this way means if something goes wrong and he just pushes me, he's still blocking me from running down here. If he just pushed me then, I could just get up, I could just walk away and go touch that ball. Now the blitz is available for us to punch, so we'll probably do that. Oh, very dexterous for a dwarf. So yeah, we're just gonna pull people back, punch this guy, that's about it. And then maybe, we may not even run this guy in. Honestly, by the time I get in there, he's going to be able to reform a cage, so I really just want to bring this guy back and play it safe. So we'll come and stand over there. We will stand a guy here. Alright. We'll do this now. That's fine. Just pushing him back is fine. We'll go stand over here, so you can't get through here. I really don't want to expose this runner, but I'm just running out of pieces, so no, we'll do this first. It's relatively safe. Actually, go stand over here. Why not? Perfect, that's great. If I move over here, open up a line, so I'll probably stay. So he can't get through my guy here. I might bring this guy over here. I want to put him here. If he keeps going along the sideline, it's easier for me to stop him from going anywhere. But if he punches through here, it's hard to properly stop them. This guy's at risk of being pushed out potentially, so I'd like to have someone there, but this guy has block where this guy doesn't, so I want to kind of shore him up a bit. And so that's kind of what I want to do. I want to keep one away from him, so he can only move up one, and then just rinse and repeat, punch the blitzer when I can, and that's it. He could potentially shunt this guy over here and open a corridor to run through, but it'd be a pretty thin attempt. He couldn't get many people through. But it would probably force me to come back a bit. Yeah, so he's probably going to do that, try and create a hole. If I get my guy there, it probably would have been safer, but this guy would then be, this guy would then be a better target. And it's easier for their ball carrier to get to, potentially. This guy might get fouled. He's a lineman, so it's not that bad, and it's risky. If they fail and get sent off, then that's great, because it makes it easier for my guys. Okay, so he's moving it centrally, that's reasonable. So we're going to have to try and make a line along here, probably. It's called an elf screen. Normally you have one behind each other, and it's like two there, and then two there, and then two there, and then two there, and then two there. And it's next to impossible to get through. But I just don't have enough players at this point to pull a proper elf screen off. I should want to do a blitz, yep. Ouch. Okay. So anyway I can get to the ball. Can I remove that assist? Getting over there is going to be a bit difficult though. I could push this guy here and try and push him off, but it's a bit difficult. No, there's not many options, so I'll go stand over here. This guy will come back here. This guy is, this guy's got the ball, so if he wants to get through here, that's fine, but he can also switch it to this guy and run it through, so I need to be a bit careful. I think I'll just dodge back here. Yeah, this is just risky. All my guys will land up. There's not much I can do. Okay, so I'm going to have to use a reroll. It's so early in my turn that I really kind of need to get my guys away from his. And if that fails, then my guys get punched up, and it's real difficult. Over here. Okay, again. I could run a guy through here. No, we'll come over here. Yeah, we'll come over here. And then back here. So we put this guy here just in case this failed to try and cover it. So this is the best we can do. And this guy is going to... I can do 2/3 pluses. That's the safest. Yeah. Unfortunate. With the amount of players I have at the moment, he can probably get a draw by just pressing and just letting the dice, the dodges, eventually work against me, and then I'll eventually run out of rerolls. down 3 players. And so yeah, he can very easily punch through this line because they can't have a second guy behind each one. So it is, you know, you're working a little bit uphill. But if he doesn't remove my players, there's always a chance that I could remove some assists and just stand him up and punch someone next to me that's important, like maybe the ball carrier. So, because if he stands next to me or anywhere near me, it's a risk that I'll remove some tackle zones, punch someone, and then go stand next to him or something like that. It's still kind of in his favor to be, you know, have a lineman standing next to him because he'd probably just punch him off, or you bring another guy and save him. But it is a little bit riskier. If he's good, he'll just set up a cage and then press my guys. Otherwise, just, you know, 4-corner cage, and then just have everyone else kind of just stand next to my dudes. Okay, so he's trying to create a central corridor. I'll probably do some dodging and some runs and punches. Okay. So presumably he's going to bring 2 over here. Yep. And then leave 1 here. Might be able to get to him. Depending where this guy goes. He's probably going to stand here. Ooh. Okay. So that's bad. Not a good spot to put him. It's going to be too easy for me to get this guy down and potentially stand on the ball carrier. Alright, let's go stand this guy here. Again, we're just trying to screen in a relatively safe manner. We'll leave that for now. Let's do this. Is there any way I'm going to particularly push? Yeah, we'll do that. I want to knock this guy down preferably. Great. And we'll push him there. And follow. So now we're standing next to the ball carrier. Life's a little bit more difficult for him. And I could try and punch in here and stand people around, but it's pretty risky. Best is to still try and maintain the screen. I could go stand there and let that guy punch, but... So I could just try and dodge here, or I could just stand up, but it means I'm going to get punched a bunch. It's pretty risky. There's a reasonable case to leave him lying down and just let them walk past. It's fine. If I stand up, then I make it harder for him to deal with this, and there's a risk that he just pushes me. I'm going to try it. Why not? Because I've got a guy here threatening the ball carrier, I'm just going to stand him up and potentially get punched. But you know, it's risk. If he starts punching here, it's risky. If he just gets pushed around a bunch, then this guy is going to have trouble moving because there's this guy in the way. Chances are he's going to go down, but this gives more of an opportunity for this to end up being a positive threat than if I remove him, because then he can just punch one guy away and run in here, or run into a relatively safe position. This way he's actually causing a bit of mischief. And he's a lineman. So as expected, he went down, but there's not much we can do about that. He was down anyway. It just gives him a free chance to injure him, which seems like it's occurring anyway. Yeah, pretty amazing rolls in terms of injuries. He doesn't have Mighty Blow, so he doesn't have anything that's affecting these rolls, making them more likely. It's purely dice at this point. But yeah, he's got 5 of my players out now. Again, yep, he can free the ball. This does mean, though, that he can't get through here because he can't blitz any of my guys down. So I've stalled him a turn by having a guy there and forcing him to punch there. all he can do is just stand on me, force me to dodge back, and he wants to try and, you know, get to a point where I've got a single guy here. He can just punch me out and then do a quick run through with his relatively short legs. So it's kind of a, we're looking at a draw most likely, but he's definitely not winning. He's a dwarf. He's too slow. He needed to win that defensive drive to win, like trying to just a 1-0 win the opposite way. Okay, there's potential to surf this guy. We might take it. I'll have to see where this guy ends up. You could set up a cage here by going 1, 2, 3, and just putting him there. Ooh, he's going over here. Okay. I'm very tempted to... Okay, I see what he's probably doing, is that if I try and push this guy here, then I'm going to end up in a position where he might be able to punch me out himself and just use the ball carrier to push me out. Oh, this is really looking nasty now. So I probably don't want to take that bait. I could put a guy there, dodge him out, punch there, and go stand there. But then, you know, it's a prime opportunity for him to friends me out. For, push, push, push. It is risky for a ball carrier to do it because if he screws up and the ball's free and he's in dire straits. But yeah, first things first, we're going to definitely try and secure this area. So get these guys into a position. They can attempt to get their bodies in the way. Now we're making dodges. Let's try it. Let's try it. Why not? It may even be worthwhile. So if I stand here, he can get an assist and he can do it. He will just do is stand this guy up. But if I go over here, he has to go backwards, which puts him away from this direction. So I'm actually quietly tempted to do this and then try and dodge these guys in a position to stop him from getting assists easily. He can always just stand there, so we kind of need to just stand there. Yep. Alright, we went down. Definitely not re-rolling that. It's not worthwhile. Because we want that re-roll for something special. So he can, if he wants, put the guy there and then try to frenzy me out. He's got enough turns potentially to do it, but it is meaning he's not moving up, which from my perspective ain't a bad thing. But yeah, we're running a little low on people, so we kind of have to make desperate attempts. Because I do want to win, I'm trying to play to win, and I'm taking risks that you might not otherwise do if you're just like, oh well, he's going to get a draw, I'll just accept it, conserve my forces. And in the Eternal League, which is what I'm playing, you just keep playing forever. There's no round robin where, you know, the best of 3 games wins, where it's important to win. Instead, the Eternal League encourages you to just protect your team and keep it leveling up and get better and better over time, and discourages you somewhat from playing to win. Because if you win, well, whoop-de-doo. If you lost 3 guys and they all died, then you've lost 3 guys, and in the long run, your fun's going to be impeded. But if you're playing a round-robin game, like a proper league game, well, you're only playing 5 matches maybe. And in the end, someone gets a crowned winner. So you're more inclined to, okay, I'll take the risk, but I'll win the game. So he's probably going to do this, I presume. If it screws up, it'd be great. Okay. So push through there, and then he's going to push me out. Now he's done blitz here, so they can do that and kind of walk back. Ooh, it happens. It's the risk. We will do that. Miss next game, that's fine. I use that because that's a guy that's leveled up and useful. And he can get back to basically where he was. But if we'd done it the other way, he could have potentially had someone coming in, punch me out here, get ready for a surf, and he could have kept running this way, and he would be over here right now. Instead, he's looking like he just wants to keep grinding me down, At this point, I'm just going to dodge back and pull back here. There's nothing else you can really do. I've made my attempts. Unless he leaves this open and I can somehow get to him, which is fairly unlikely, there's not much point except to pull back. And some people at this point will just run away. Like, just run over here and just say, please, please stop hitting me. But then he can just stall down and the last turn score. Whereas if I stay here and I'm threatening him, he's going to like, oh, I'm in control, but if something goes against me, I might lose. Like, just like where before when I made a pass, relatively simple, but it screwed up. I might score now, just in case, because if I stall it out, then I could lose. Actually, I'll probably dodge him back and actually punch with him, and then pull back here. That seems like the safest thing I can do. Let's come over here. This will do. There's a little risk if this screws up that he can push me and then someone else can come get rid of me. That works. Perfect. He can go over... Honestly, he's just going to stand up anyway and walk over my guy. So why do I mean he can't go anywhere else? Okay, great. This guy can stand up. This guy can dodge back one. And this guy's going to blitz. This is to get this guy off and let me move freely. Push him back here. We'll stay. And we will come down here. There we go, that's the best we can do. If we dodge twice, we get tackle zone here. There's an argument to be made. That makes it a little bit more tight for him. Why not? Alright, so that's made things a little tighter. He can still get through, and he can still make a blitz to clear that. But then if he's blitzing here, he's not blitzing these guys. So we have 5 players on the field against his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, it looks like. Yeah, 10. And he's, you know, going to get a draw at this point, it seems. This is the weak link, no skills, and low armor. So you probably want to be pressuring this guy. Otherwise, you try and punch this guy down and just move the cage right here and set yourself up to... Because once he gets to about here, all he has to do is break through the line and just walk it in. He doesn't have to worry about being exposed once he's touched down. Okay, that's the hardest point for him to break. I mean, if you roll a 6, you roll a 6. But probably not the preferred. Maybe just he didn't have enough movement speed to get over here. That well could have been the case between all the tackle zones I had. He can get over here. It's not the safest because there's always a chance I could make a block if he puts a guy here. And I can always move a guy here and, you know, dodge out and block in, try and stand on the ball carrier. But he's now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so he's now in a scoring position. As soon as he sees a break, he can run through it. So I kind of need to actually stand on him. But then again, you know, the chances are even if I stand on him to make a threat, he's just going to be able to have enough guys, plenty of guys, to punch me and just very least push me away. But I can potentially stand a guy here, punch here, follow up, stand this guy up, and have this guy run in and punch this guy. So yeah, that might be the play, and all we have to do is knock him down once, because once it's knocked down, he has to try and recover the ball with his really bad agility. So we might well do that. So we'll come over here. If we come over here and push him there, then we're going to have difficulty getting it there later. So we need to make this guy actually come around here, because he's going to be blocking the avenue for this guy to kind of run in. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. This is super risky, but I'm going to get a draw anyway. So I want to do this for the chance that I can knock this ball free and deny him his win. Oh, ouch. Good job. That's actually going to level me up. Amazing. Good job, buddy. And you can see that's the little level up display. Okay, at this point, if I try and run a guy in here, it's going to have 2 negative assists. So, let's see if I do that. Yeah, so I'm going to stand up. This guy's going to remove these assists. And then this guy is going to do the 2 die blitz, because I've got an assist here. So, this is risky. I could fall over at any second. There we go. So we've been rewarded. I'm actually going to follow up just to make it harder for these guys to pick it up when it falls out. Great. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, because this worked, I'm actually going to run this guy over here so that he's a scoring threat. We could actually get a 2-0 win now. If he doesn't pick it up, or he tries to pick it up and it bounces onto my guys, or bounces out somewhere, I can just pick it up, run it down here, make a long pass, and have him run it in. It's a small chance, but a possibility. And so with 5 players, we have a chance to score again, despite him being, 10 players and next to his touchdown zone, because it's referred to as elf bullshit, because it's very impressive and really annoying if you're the opponent. Yep, that's fine. Now, if he pushes on here, there's an argument to be made that you bounce it, potentially you get a free chance to catch the ball. Otherwise, the only chance you got is if when you move in to touch it, you have to make the roll. But I've got 2 tackle zones. Even if he blitzes one of these guys, I'm just going to have 1 tackle zone on. So, anyone who's standard guys is going to need a 5+, and this guy's going to need a 4+ to pick it up in a single tackle zone. And yeah, so he's too slow. He'd have to do some going for it to stand next to me, so all he can do is act as an interception. And this has gone from a almost sure thing draw to now he's desperately looking, how can I push these guys multiple ways into each other to try and get them all free of the ball? Because if he can get a guy here and here, then he could say push here, and that pushes into him. You knock this guy down here, and then push this guy over here and get the ball free. Okay, that's fine. He could get a guy here. I don't know if he has enough movement to get another guy here, and then kind of blitz. But if he does that, then he doesn't have anyone spare really to pick up the ball, except this guy after he does a blitz, maybe walk in. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he can't get around without having to dodge in. So I don't think he's going to see any opportunity for a chain push here. He could maybe try to push him onto the ball at this point. Yeah, he's just missing some with enough speed. If this guy's standing up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, he could stand there, and then this guy could come and push here. There's 3 spaces occupied. Knock him down there, and then push that guy off the balls, and then there'd be nobody standing on the ball. So yeah, I think he's realized that. Ooh, what's he doing instead? Okay, I think that's not the right way to do it. Yeah, he could have done 1 less going for it if he didn't come out here and then go in, if he just went there to there. Alright, so we got that. Push onto the ball. You want to knock the ball free. He failed. Okay. So that's reasonable. If he tries to pick this up and fails, we're just going to look for an opportunity to dodge through, pick it up, and throw it, and that's it. Great. That's perfect. It's going to be hard to get to, though, because there's so many in front of us. What's the best path? This guy here, maybe? Sorry about that. Sorry about that. So I can make a move there. This guy out here, I can there. Not too many good options. I think the best option is to stand this guy up and leave him there, just so it's hard for his blitzer to do anything. He has to try and punch him or do something with him. We'll try something with this later maybe, and yeah, we're going to do some simple dodges, because if we can't pass these, we can't pass anything. Yeah. Alright, now we're going. We're wasting a bit too much time walking away from the computer. We're now going to make the crazy dodge. Whoa, was that the right way to path it, buddy? That's into 3 tackle zones. It should have been over here. The game mispathed that. I failed the 2+. So I got a 5+ when I should have been trying to roll a 3+, but then it failed the 2+, so that's it. We've made it difficult to get it to his blitzer, who is the guy with the best agility. Everyone else has got agility too, so he needs to pick it up, hand it off to someone, you know, hope that he gets some 4+, and then he can make it in. The best guy who's got the best chance is in a really difficult position, so he's going to have to do some blocks to try and get him free, and then kind of walk him around, because if he can blitz this guy over here, knock this guy, you know, over here, this guy can get the ball and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is the best way to, you know, try and get these guys free. But we've made it difficult. He has to throw more dice, which there's a chance that he'll fail. And we'll still have turn potentially. So if he screws this up, I can dodge a guy through, try to pick it up, throw it to this guy and run it in. So he's failed. So he definitely has to reroll. I wouldn't have done it. Oh, okay. Well, that makes life a little difficult. So we've definitely got to win. If I really want to get a second touchdown, I could try and run this guy around and punch him, get it free, pick it up with that guy, and run it in. But that's going to be super difficult. What I might do is, instead of doing it that way, because it's going to be so hard to get a single die against him, I'm going to punch this way. This is just Hail Mary stuff. Can we do it? No, we can't. So we'll just push there. We're going to say, thank you, good game. Just throw out a GG, well played. There's not much else we can really do. We might try and do a punch somewhere. Dodge this guy out for that. And we'll just do a dodge out and a punch. Whoops. Oh, we already done a blitz. Let's stop doing silly things. We can do a block here, there's not much point. So we'll end turn. And there we go. We have won our third game. With hardly any players left, as you can see. We got a win. We want 40 winnings or more. We got a 1 plus 10 for winnings, that's 20. I'm going to re-roll this. 60, wow. So we've got we got 70k again, just like the last game. So we got 140. We can buy a witch elf, which we're going to need to, because we had a lot of people injured, it seems. Another fan factor, great. We don't want this guy, not interested, go away. Got some SPP on another lineman, so he'll be leveling up. Got a touchdown statistics. He had much better ball possession, yep. And yeah, he's has a lot more presence in the field than I had, especially as I start going down. 4 KOs, 1 injury. Okay, I guess my injuries might have been from being pushed out mainly, is my guess. A lot more blocks sustained, but we did try to limit it. I mean, 20 to 30 isn't bad, actually. Normally this would be like at least twice. He's going to hit me at least twice as much as I'm going to hit him. And we got some reasonable conversions. Sorry, he got some reasonable conversions on me. not the other way around. So that's a score. That's the punch. I think the runner did maybe, and that's a MVP. So he had a lot of ones. Got a little unlucky there. A couple twos. What did he go wrong? He's going for it. It's really unfortunate. But that's the thing. If you play Dwarves, you feel like you have to go for it more often than you would otherwise, and so you open yourself up to risk. Pass, that's fine. He's got pretty bad agility. Pickup is a little low. That should be around about 50% because he's mainly using agility 2, which is a 4+. Okay, what did we get? We got some really nice luck. Yeah, that was pretty amazing. I'd have to throw it into the calculator to see where the sixes were, and the dodge was great. That's a little bit higher than average because 83% would be average. Pickup, fine. It should be about 83% as well, so that's a little low actually. Passes were terrible. Again, with whatever seems to be happening, both this game and the last game, our runners is terrible at passing for some reason. He doesn't even have people standing on him usually. He's just passing, a moderate distance, much like a human normal pass would be, and he's having trouble. Block dice. Yeah, perfectly reasonable normal stuff. And he got slightly on the high side with the defender stumbles, which is great for him because he's got tackle. A little, it's marginal. Slightly more death than POW. So we'll go have a look at the team now that we've got money and look at the wreckage of what's left. So this guy's missing for a game. Otherwise, it seems all the injuries were merely badly hurt, no long-term effects. We've got a level up here, so we'll take it. We'll probably just take block. We could go for a kick, which can be really useful, but I just want a little bit more block, a little bit more stability in the team. And he's one movement less than a starting blitzer, and he costs. He's now worth 10 less than a proper starting blitzer. Now you might say, well, why not just get linemen and level them up? The difference being that obviously if you started the skill, it means the upper limit of how many skills you can get is one higher, and also means it's easier and quicker to get things like blodge, whereas once you get your 6, then you need 10 more, and then it gets harder and harder and harder. So it starts you slightly higher in that tier and makes life a little bit easier early on with the blitzers if you pay a little bit more money for them. Some people argue for full lineman builds, and extra rerolls and apothecary to start out, but I quite like blitzers, they're good. Let's have a look at the runner. We want this guy to roll agility upgrades and things like that. So he didn't get anything too amazing. What we'll probably do is give him Nerves of Steel. This is a really great skill because if someone attempts, when you do have Nerves of Steel, if you try to catch the ball and someone stands next to you, you ignore them. If someone tries to, if you try to throw the ball from where you are and someone's next to you, you ignore them. And so it means that if someone comes over and punches him, he's going to have someone standing next to him. But also, when someone tries to punch him, I can throw a quick pass. So by doing Nerves of Steel, it means whenever I do dump off, I don't have to worry about how many people are next to me, and makes him really, really reliable. So we're going to take Nerves of Steel. It's a very classic thing. Classic thing for a Dark Elf runner to take. There's arguments to be made for taking. Where is it? Leader, which gives us a free reroll as long as he's on the field. Because Dark Elves have expensive rerolls. Because Dark Elves like to have an extra reroll, but it's expensive for them to get it considering how expensive their players are. They don't have enough cash to get lots of them. It can be quite useful. And obviously, passes and accurate, they're all great. Safe throw, again, to help cancel out interceptions. Dodge is a great one because it keeps you alive. Block is great because it keeps you alive. But we'll start with Nerves of Steel, because that is the classic setup for a runner. Now we get off 140k. We're going to go buy a replacement player. We're still going to have a loner next match, because this guy's out for a match. But we're going to get our Witch Elf. 110k. Confirm purchases. And now we have Ruth Soneth, our first Witch Elf. And I guess next match we'll see how she goes. Hopefully she'll live. It's never guaranteed. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.